Are we live? Are we live? Hang on a second. Are we live? Okay. Everybody remain calm. Remain calm. I know Star Wars is going crazy right now. In a good way, in a bad way, we don't know yet. But it's going crazy right now, okay? But remain calm. Everybody remain calm. Please stay in your seats. No need to rush the stand. Remain calm. We're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Okay? Okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? Can we start the stream? Can we start the stream? Can we start the stream? Please? Can we start the stream, please? Okay. Okay? Okay. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. And today we have a lot to talk about. So let's smash a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and let's get ready to go. This is going to be, like, I think the best stream we've ever had for many multitude of reasons. First of all, because you guys are awesome and you're here and you're watching the stream. But second of all, because this last week for Star Wars, news-wise, has probably been like one of the craziest news weeks for Star Wars in a long time. We're talking like, this is just a random week of the year, by the way. This isn't like Star Wars Celebrations happening. This isn't like D23s going on or whatever. What's up, Nico? What's up, Honey Patcha? And what's up, Star Wars Politics? How we doing? Okay. So this isn't like some actual week that's supposed to be something. This isn't like Star Wars Celebration. This isn't like D23 or something. This was just a normal week. But we got insane amount of news. Of course, we will be predicting Mando episode 4 and Bad Batch episode 14, and we'll get into that in a second. But what? This was insane. So just to give the basics. Let's give the basics. So we're going to talk about Jedi Survivor, which we got an awesome new trailer for. We'll watch that trailer, of course, muted so we don't get copyrighted, and we will have some fun watching that and stuff like that. Then we will talk about Ahsoka, and there's a ton of stuff revolving Ahsoka, who's going to be in the Ahsoka Show, what's going on in the Ahsoka Show, Ahsoka Show, and Ahsoka's possible appearance in tomorrow's episode of The Mandalorian. We're going to break down The Mandalorian. Like I said, we're going to break down the Bad Batch, or predict the Bad Batch and predict The Mandalorian. But we're also going to talk about Damon Lindelof. So I'm sure you guys know this, unless you've been living under a cave for the last, 16 hours. It was literally at 2 a.m. last night. 2 a.m. By the way, if you guys want to talk Star Wars with some Star Wars nerdy people, there is a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. I know I'm going in a million different directions right now, but I'm losing my mind because there's so much to talk about. There's so little time. Okay. So, go check out that Discord. Go join that Discord. Because at 2 a.m. last night, me and Wayne, Journeyman, were the only two alive. Only two alive at 2 a.m. in the morning. When Damon Lindelof, it was reported, left the next Star Wars film. We'll get into it. We're not going to start right now, but it was at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. 2 frickin' in the morning. It was crazy. All right. Now let's start. Let's actually start the video. Let's start. Should we start? Let's start. Let's start with the Bad Batch. The Bad Batch, the big BB. We are coming to a close for the Bad Batch Season 2. And we only have 3 more episodes left, but it's only 2 more weeks. Because if we pull up our listing here, let me do that right now. It's only 2 more weeks because if we pull up this, there we go. Because next week, or tomorrow, is episode 14, the tipping point, and then the following week is a 2-episode finale with the Summit and Plan 99. So this is going to be quite cool. Of course, drop any predictions that you guys have for this next episode of The Bad Batch in the chat. But I'll give you my rundown. So it's called The Tipping Point. Where did we last leave the Bad Batch off in episode 13, the Pabu? They were on an island, like a safe place for the Bad Batch. And they seem to be settling in. They settled down in a safe spot from the Empire. And it seemed to be this... Whoops, what just happened? We're good. It seems to be this safe haven for the Bad Batch. So it seems to be like, oh, everything's bright and shiny. But that that's not going to remain the case. They wanted to make you feel happy and safe and all that stuff until they like literally just cut down all of our hopes and dreams. And in this next episode, I think the tipping point is going to, of course, be Omega. I mentioned this last week, being captured by the Empire. So why do I think this? Why do I think this? Let me take a nice long drink so that I can keep you guys on the edge of your seats. Hang on, let's go in for another one. Okay. So why do I think that the Empire's coming for Omega? Well, you have to remember back 3 weeks now? 4, maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago. 3 or 4 episodes ago when we got the whole Mount Tantus thing. And Dr. Hemlock brought the Prime Minister of the Kaminoans to Mount Tantus. And he was like, how am I supposed to get Nala Se to help me? That's pretty much what he asked. Nala Se is not helping me. I need her to help me. What's going on? How can we get this to happen? How are we going to make this happen? And she said, Omega. Omega, she's the girl. If you get her, Nala Se will do whatever you want. So what's Dr. Hemlock and the people on Mount Tantus going to do? They're going to go get Omega. There has to be something going on here that will get us extremely excited for the finale and make the finale very, very good. Because if it was a, just spectacular finale, then it wouldn't be 2 episodes. We're getting 2 episodes for the finale, which is kind of concerning, but at the same time, awesome. Because let's be real, I just want to get to that finale. It's been building up very, very slowly for 14 episodes, and we're waiting for this great grand finale. So I'm hoping that this week's episode is way better than last week's episode. I know a lot of people didn't like last week's episode. I myself personally hated it, and I know it was like a fun, feel-good type of episode, but it was just because of the timing of it. The 2 episodes before it were straight bangers, and I wanted to keep getting straight bangers, but that didn't happen. So that's why I was really upset about Pabu. Also, Pabu didn't have anything to do with Babu, and it was devastating. It was devastating, and I wasn't having it. So that's why I didn't like that episode. But I'm really hoping that this episode will get it going. We'll get it going. Hopefully. Let's see what you guys think. Nico says, I'm loving the more serious tone and themes in this season for the Bad Batch. That is true. It is a lot more serious this season. Everything seems to be a lot more serious in this second season. I mean, the first season wasn't like comical by any means, but yeah, I know what you mean. Nico says, I wonder if Sid is going to sell them out. That's true. Sid in that last episode was very upset, and Fee said, don't mess with Sid. She said, don't mess with Sid. That's never a good idea. Never a good idea. Never. Darth Lopez, you're back. What's up, Darth Lopez? He says, good. I hope Vader, force chokes. She's worse than Jar Jar. Oh, you say Sid. Okay. Yeah, he's saying, I hope Vader force chokes Sid. She's worse than Jar Jar. Yeah. So, Darth Lopez, I'm sure you weren't here for my last stream, but I went on a whole tangent about how I think the Bad Batch is going to end. I do think there will be a 3rd season, but at the end of that 3rd season, I think all of the Bad Batch are going to line up in a nice, well-formed line, right? And then Darth Vader's going to come in, enter the room, and he's going to go, how are we doing tonight? How are we doing? Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. And he's going to just slice all their heads off until Omega, because she's too short, so it's like a different level. So it's like all the Bad Batch are up here, and he chops off all their heads, but Omega's down here, so he misses, and then Omega gets away, and then it starts a whole new spin-off show called Omega. But it's spelled differently, you know? Yeah. That's how the Bad Batch is going to end. Don't at me at that, but it's definitely going to happen that way. Honey Badger says, I'm excited to see Omega and Grogu are the keys to cloning. I'm so excited. Omega and Grogu are the keys to cloning, and maybe Snoke and Palpatine themselves. So this is true. And this is where we have to talk about something a little bit shaky called the sequel trilogy. So there is a character in the sequel trilogy. Let me know in the chat if you guys know about this character. Her name is what's her name? main character, best Luke Skywalker, trains with him for about 2 days, desert planet. Ringing any bells? Anybody? Oh yeah, Rey. Yeah, so there's this character in the sequels named Rey, right? And her parents, her father, is a cloned version of Emperor Palpatine. But he is a lot older. He's probably like mid-20s, I'd guess, maybe even 30. When we see him in the short little flashback that we get of him in the sequel trilogy. So at some point, this clone of Palpatine, a functional clone of Palpatine that has a kid, has to exist. So I think that's where we're at in the Bad Batch. I think that's the timeline we're in right now with the Bad Batch. So, yeah, I don't know. It's possible. It is possible. Don't mean to be negative, but but the Bad Batch is useless. Darth Lopez, okay. I know you're trying not to be negative, but that was extremely negative. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, it does seem like the Bad Batch is fairly useless. I was thinking that at the end of the first season, actually, it was extremely useless because all these characters we know won't exist in the original trilogy and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. But now that the second season has really come into form with this whole cloning stuff in Mount Tantus and all that stuff, I think the Bad Batch actually has a lot more use than most people think. Honey Badger says the tipping point and the foundling, or the child, I can't remember the name of the Mando episode this week, but let's go. Yeah, so the tipping point is the name of the Bad Batch episode this week, episode 14, the tipping point. And like he just spoiled there, thanks a lot, Honey Badger. I haven't gotten to the Mandalorian stuff yet. No, I'm kidding. But the episode of the Mandalorian is called The Foundling this week. But we'll get into that. We'll get into it. And Sid's a rat, and she's going to sell the Bad Batch family. That's probably likely, because the Empire is going to go to her, because that's probably the last time that they saw Omega, and that's probably when they're going to find her. Probably. Oh, he said Omega was worse than Jar Jar. Oh, okay. I'm very far behind, but I just caught up to that. Yes, okay, Omega. Okay, Omega's worse than Jar Jar? Yikes. I don't think so. Gotta disagree with you on that one, Darth Lopez. Sorry. She's come around. At first, she was very annoying. Very, very annoying. Like season 1, no thanks. But she's come around. Honey Badger says Rey is not Palpatine's granddaughter. He's his daughter. Her father is the clone of Palpatine himself. Rey is Palpatine's daughter. Yes. You're correct. I think. I have to think about it for like 10 more days, but I'll think about it. Wait, Grogu is Rey's mom? Yes, Star Wars Politics. Grogu is Rey's mom. Yes. I love how we're really predicting this next Bad Batch episode. We're doing a really good job. We're doing a great job. Darth Lopez says, the last episode of Mando was horrible, except for the beginning and the end. Darth Lopez comes in out of nowhere, and just absolutely roasts the living hell out of Star Wars right now. Just craps on Omega, calling her Jar Jar. And then says the last episode of The Mandalorian was horrible. Not good, not bad, not just all right. Horrible, except for the beginning and the end. Not a fan of Dr. Pershing, yeah? Not a fan of Dr. Pershing. J-O-Tick says, what time does it come out? Well, they both come out at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for me at least. Depends on where you are in the world. If you're on the West Coast, it's 12 o'clock. If you're in the East Coast, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Agreed. We all feel the same, but I disagree. Coruscant was beautiful. Yeah, Coruscant was awesome. Obviously, the last episode was not the best episode of The Mandalorian of all time. It wasn't even close. It was probably one of the lower tiered ones. But it was Coruscant, and it was awesome. And the beginning, like you said, and the end were awesome. So, yeah. Darth Lopez needs to be friends with Journeyman. Yeah, exactly. Darth Lopez, go join that Discord and go talk to our boy Journeyman. You'd really connect well. You'd connect well. Honey Badger says, sleep on it. It's a headache. Rey is a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. Yeah, exactly. Darth Lopez says, but I love Star Wars. I really do. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I'm just messing with you. Nico says, I think the episode will be Empire goes to the last place Omega was seen. Sid sells them out somehow and finds them. Ends with Omega getting captured. I could see that happening, and I think that would be a very cool episode. I think it would really lead well into the finale, and it would make the show less useless for Darth Lopez. No, but I do think that's probably where this episode is going to go. It's a good prediction, Nico, and I think you're probably on the right track, if I were to say. That's what I think. Honey Badger says, we all love to hate Star Wars. Hit up on the Discord, it's lit. Yeah, go check out that Discord. Anybody who wants to check out the Discord, we get very excited on there. Well, I did love the Empire's theme music when they were on Coruscant. Yeah, exactly, Lopez. See, there's some good things there. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of the Bad Batch. Predicting the Bad Batch each week, now that we're coming down towards the end of the season. We sat here for weeks and weeks, and Star Wars Politics can attest to this. We sat here for weeks and weeks trying to predict what's going to happen next in the Bad Batch. And for like the first 5, 6-ish weeks, maybe even 10 weeks, that show was not hitting. That show was not hitting on any cylinder, except for maybe the Palpatine episode and like the Commander Cody episode. Like, it was just all filler. And every week we're like, this is filler. When are we going to get going? This is all filler. And it was very strange. And it was bad. And then we just went on a streak of bangers. And we got really excited for the show. And now, coming down the stretch, coming in towards the landing, with 3 episodes left, I think it's going to be a lot more fun. I think it's going to be very, very fun. And I absolutely can't wait for the next 3 episodes. And it's crazy that I'm at this point. Because if you guys were here a few weeks ago, it was a lot different. Well, the Emperor or Plagueis, they played when they told the tragedy of Darth Plagueis. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they played that music in the latest Mando episode. Yeah, I think it was something close to that. I don't know. They did play some sequel music in that too. It was a weird episode. I will give you that. So as Politics says, do you still like the Zepho episode, Mike? Didn't age well. Yeah, the Zepho episode. Give me a break, Star Wars Politics. I loved that episode when it came out, and you were telling me this is not going anywhere, and I was like, dude, it's gonna come back. Never came back. It wasn't even a thing. Yeah, you're completely right. I was wrong. You won't hear it often, but I'm saying it. I was wrong. Exactly. Honey Badger says, I believe it too. I'm hyped. We'll definitely see him in live action too. Oh, Plagueis soon. Oh, if Plagueis is coming to live action too soon, that would be wild. We do have some Acolyte news to talk about as well. That would be awesome. Can't win them all, but Leia is coming. Oh, that would be awesome. Somehow Palpatine returned. Full explanation between these 2 shows. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what we're going to get. Let's talk about Fallen Order and go into the New Beyond. We'll get to that, Politics. We'll get to that. But first, we have to predict the Mandalorian episode. All right, so that's the Bad Batch. I know it was all over the place, but we somehow, in all that jimble job mess, we predicted the Bad Batch. Okay, we did it. So the Mandalorian. Episode 4 of The Mandalorian will be called, as Honey Badger pointed out earlier, will be called The Foundling. The Foundling. So obviously this could be referring to Grogu. This could be referring to Din Djarin, or any other foundling on the frickin' planet, or any planet because it's a frickin' galaxy. But most likely, Grogu. So we have seen a lot of the scenes from the trailer. Or all the trailers that we got for The Mandalorian Season 3. But there are a few select scenes that we haven't seen yet. One of them being Order 66 flashback. Now, I do believe that this episode is going to be this Order 66 flashback, and we are finally going to figure out this year-old question: who saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple. Since the Book of Boba Fett, when we found out that Grogu was at the Jedi Temple, actually no, the Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka tells us that he was there. Since we found out 2 years ago that Grogu was at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, everybody's been saying, who saved him from Order 66? And I think, and I really, really hope so, tomorrow we will find that out. Tomorrow will give us the answer to that question, who saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple, in episode 4 of The Foundling. So a bit of a good / bad news is this episode will be 30 minutes. 30. The shortest Mandalorian episode to date. The shortest live action Star Wars episode on Disney Plus to date. It's going to be short. It's going to be really short. But the good news revolving that is every time that they've made a shorter episode, it has been a banger. They usually make the longer episodes slower burns. Like, for instance, last week, that was the longest episode ever, 56 minutes, and it was a lot of Dr. Pershing on Coruscant. And like Darth Lopez says, it was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't as good as other episodes. Even the premiere, everybody was a little bit concerned because it's only 34 minutes. It's not going to be good. I literally am mocking myself right now because I said these things, but it was good. It was great. So the 30-minute thing is not really scaring me all that much. I do hope that it's going to be 30 minutes of straight fire, but we will see. We will see. And then there's Ahsoka. So you're talking about an episode that could have Order 66 flashbacks. It's only going to be 30 minutes. And now you're throwing in the case of Ahsoka Tano. Okay? Why do I think Ahsoka's in this episode? Episode 4 of The Foundling is going to be directed by Carl Weathers, who plays Grief Karga, but co-written. So Jon Favreau is writing every single episode. Dave Filoni, the man, the myth, the legend himself, is only co-writing on 2 episodes. Episode 4, which is tomorrow, and I think 7. Somebody fact check me on that. I think it's 7. So that means tomorrow is a Dave Filoni episode. And when does Dave Filoni co-write episodes? When it's involving his characters. And what do I mean by his characters? The Star Wars Rebels cast. The Clone Wars characters. Frickin' Ahsoka Tano. So it could go one of 2 ways here. We could get Ahsoka Tano, or we could even maybe see Sabine Wren. Now, I think Ahsoka Tano is more likely, which is crazy. I mean, like, seeing Sabine would be cool, but seeing Ahsoka would be better. But here's why I think it's Ahsoka. Rosario Dawson herself, who plays Ahsoka Tano, has said on Instagram, or was it Twitter? Something got taken down. She posted something on social media, and it got taken down because it was referring to this next week of The Mandalorian and her possible appearance or connection to it. So I think, and I know it's crazy, Ahsoka could be in this episode. It's wild. It's absolutely wild, and it could be insane. So how on earth are we going to fit Order 66 flashbacks, something along the lines of a Grogu, Din Djarin, Bo-Katan adventure, to a place where Grogu can get a flashback? The only time we ever saw an Order 66 flashback was in the Book of Boba Fett when Luke Skywalker touched Grogu's head. That was it. That was when we saw the Order 66 flashback. That's what initiated the Order 66 flashback. So what is going to initiate the next flashback? Could it be Leia touching his head? Could it be another Force user, aka Ahsoka Tano touching his head? The possibilities seem to be endless. But it's only 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes, and you're packing in all of that craziness into 30 minutes. So tell me what you guys think is going to go down in this episode called The Foundling. That's only going to be 30 minutes. In the chat, what do you guys think is going down in this episode? What do we think is going to happen in this episode of The Mandalorian? And by the way, we just hit 12 congruent viewers, which is the most we've ever had on this channel. So you guys are the freaking best. But don't forget to hit that like as you come in. Okay. Holy crap, you guys are very active today. I gotta catch up on the chats. Let's go. A Grogu and Ahsoka episode. Dave is writing it. I'm calling it. Ahsoka tonight. Big connection with Bo and the mysterious fleet of TIE fighters. Ahsoka is tracking Thrawn. Okay, if any of that is real, Star Wars politics, if any of that is real, I will just give you a round of applause. That would be fantastic. If it ties all this to Grand Admiral frickin' Thrawn, ooh, doggy, I'd be so excited. Did I just say ooh, doggy? Oh, God, I'm losing it. Okay. I know. I'm feeling good tonight. It's gonna be a great stream, even though we're already into the stream. We're feeling good. Okay. I think Ahsoka was the one who rescued Grogu. Ahsoka in Order 66 flashback. Honey Badger, I hate to break it to you, but that ain't happening. Ahsoka is on Mandalore fighting Darth Maul. Or it's actually right after she fought Darth Maul during Order 66, so she can't be there. It's impossible. Impossible. That's very true. It definitely has to be a banger after the Boba Fett Dr. Pershing episode. I don't get it. You lost me there. I don't think it was Ahsoka. I think it was a non-important Jedi. Darth Lopez, who? Who do you think? A non-important Jedi. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know. Here's what I think is going to happen. If it's an Order 66 flashback, I think you're going to see either Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker walk down the freaking aisles of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, or settle down, or you're going to see Palpatine. You're going to see Palpa-freaking-teen, Ian McDiarmid himself back as Palpatine walking down the freaking aisles of the freaking Jedi Temple, picking up Grogu. It's going to be wild. It's going to be freaking wild. It's going to be wild. My money's on Ahsoka or Mace. Oh my God, Mace Windu. If Mace Windu walks through those doors, guys, you are getting me way too excited. We got to calm down. Okay? We got to calm down. Because if Mace Windu walks, if Samuel L. Jackson comes back to Star Wars, oh my goodness. Well, I would lose it. Swagger Like Us, what a great name, says Chapter 19 will be insane. I think it's Chapter 20. Sounds like a cliffhanger at the end. It's definitely going to be a cliffhanger at the end, for sure. I mean, it's probably, oh my God, imagine, Swagger Like Us. What if it's a cliffhanger of Order 66? Who walks through the door and you have to find, no. Oh my God! If it's a cliffhanger of who walks through the door during Order 66, if it shows the door and it's about to open and it goes dum dum, I will lose my mind. I will lose it. We will sit on stream for the next 7 days, and I'll just sit here going, no. Who could it be? I'd literally end up like Maul in the deserts of Tatooine, and I'd just be screaming, Kenobi! That would end poorly. That would end really bad. Okay. Nico says, I don't, but I think it will be good. You don't what? Nico? You don't what? Nico? Darth Lopez says, I think nothing special myself, and I'll hope for the best. I like it, Darth Lopez. Set the bar low and then get really excited after the fact. I like to set the bar really, really high and then just get even more excited as stuff comes out. That's kind of how I see it. Star Wars Politics says he's bouncing. I've been bouncing a little bit today. I don't think I've hit my peak yet. I don't think I've hit the peak of getting hyped, but I'll get there. Nico says, I wish it didn't come... pause. Nico says... I wish it didn't come out at 3 a.m. Otherwise, I'd watch it, and then I got work in the morning, so I'll be asleep. Yeah, the 3 a.m. thing, we've talked about it many, many times on stream. It is the worst thing to ever happen in the world. Disney's stupid, they're dumb, they're stupid and they're dumb, and they're stupid and they're dumb. It coming out at 3 a.m. is stupid. Even on a Wednesday, stupid. But whatever. What can you do, Nico? What can you do? Swagger Like Us says the last time Favreau and Filoni co-wrote an episode, it was the Luke training Grogu / Cabby debut. Cabby? Oh, Cad Bane. Yes, you're completely right. That was the last time that they co-wrote an episode, was that godly episode in The Bad Batch with Luke training Grogu, which I still to this day say is the best episode of any Star Wars Disney Plus show ever. And it was so freaking good. And could they top that, Swagger? Could they top that? Could they top that? That would be insane. That would be insane. Nico says, I want to see Palpatine. I want to see Palpatine so bad. If Ian McDermott comes back to play Palpatine again, there's so many possibilities that would just get me like extremely excited. And I feel like if I saw one over the other, it wouldn't get me down. Like if I saw Palpatine and not Anakin, I wouldn't be upset. If I saw Mace Windu and not Palpatine or Anakin, I wouldn't be upset. If I saw, I don't even know, anybody. If I saw anybody, if I saw myself walk through that door, if I saw Darth Lopez walk through that door, I would be okay with it. I think I'd be okay with it. I think I would. Star Wars Politics says, what if we see Hayden and Rosario in the same episode? If we see Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker in the same episode, we might have to have an emergency stream. An emergency live stream. Like whenever. Just whenever. Emergency live stream. In my thumbnail will just say emergency. Click on this immediately. And we'll get a bunch of non-Star Wars fans to click on it. And then they'll be like, what's going on here? And then they'll just see me like, that'd be awesome. We should do that. Honey Badger says, keep getting hang on. He said it in all caps. So this is what he said. He said, keep getting excited. That's why we're here. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way. Star Wars Politics says, I'm not too hyped. LOL. Lol. Well, I am. If you haven't noticed, I am. Staying up this week, I'm going to take one for the team. Hashtag 3am sucks. Yes, you are correct. And he follows up and says, yes, but not too hyped. Just the perfect amount of hype. Exactly, Honey Badger. Darth Lopez says, but if it's a Jedi who saves him, then how does he end up where Mando finds him? Exactly. So this is the paradox that we're in, Darth Lopez, and you brought it up, and it's a great point. If Mace Windu saves him, if another Jedi at the Jedi Temple saves him, where does he go for the next original trilogy? Where does he go for the next 20 plus years until Mando finds him? That's why I think it's most likely going to be Anakin or Palpatine, because whoever it is has to be Imperial, and it has to be somebody who captures him, does tests on him, tortures him. There has to be a reason that he doesn't remember what happened over the last 20 years. And he kind of has a dark side feel about him when we first get introduced to Grogu. He chokes Cara Dune. He's trying to do some weird stuff. He kind of has a dark side kind of feel to him. Don't you think? Grogu? Don't you think? Star Wars Politics says, clip that meme. You'll be famous, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been going crazy for the last 33 minutes, and I don't know what I'm supposed to clip, Star Wars. I don't know. Honey Badger says, let's go, Mike. You're awesome. You're awesome. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. But thanks. Star Wars Politics says, emergency meme, Mike bouncing. Oh, okay, that would be awesome. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that and send it to me. Somebody clip that and send it to me. Send it to me. Swagger Like Us says, sounds like a bounty hunter snatched him. A bounty hunter snatching him. So what bounty hunter in their right mind, not to crap all over you, Swagger, but what bounty hunter in their right mind would go anywhere near that Jedi Temple when Anakin's slicing and dicing Jedi? They don't want to be caught in the crossfire. They don't want nobody wants to be anywhere near that. Nobody wants to be anywhere near that Jedi Temple at all. So I don't think it's a bounty hunter. There was, at one point, I kind of believed for a minute there that Boba Fett might have done it. Boba Fett might have come in and taken him, like being paid by Palpatine. But yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it. Mr. Sean 2000 says, waiting for 3 a.m. Are you staying up till 3 a.m., Mr.? Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And this stream is really getting me excited. So I'm ooh, doggy. Actually, let's pull it up. Are you staying up to watch Mando Ep 4. What do we think? Yes or no? Tell me. I think I'm gonna do it tonight. I think I'm doing it. Here's the thing. Like last week's episode didn't really leave us on a cliffhanger or anything. It didn't like you have to see next week's episode. That didn't happen. So it's kind of strange that most of us here are getting really, really excited for this episode. Like there wasn't something last week that was like, you have to stay up for this episode. But it's weird. It's kind of strange that we're all getting so excited for this. Maybe you're not getting excited for this. Maybe I'm just sitting here on your screen, bouncing up and down, getting extremely excited, and you're just not. You're like, that guy's crazy. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see. Star Wars Politics says, Swagger Badger, y'all should make a YouTube channel. Swagger and Badger. Yes, the Swagger Badger. Emergency watch party? Emergency watch party, definitely. If that episode like just slaps hard, I might go live at 4 a.m. And if any of you are awake, you best come to that live stream. It's possible. Mr. Sean says, the GIF is me waiting for 3 a.m. I can't compute. Cannot compute. I don't get it. Emergency watch party right now? Emergency watch party right now? Is the episode out? I might have to do it. You guys are bad influences on me. You're gonna make me do an emergency watch party for the Mando episode this week? Oh. Alright. Let's get into some of this other Star Wars news that we have, because we're 40 minutes in and I've barely scratched the surface, okay? Barely scratched the surface. Watch party, I'll be there. Oh, you guys are all gonna come to a watch party if we do it. Watch nobody show up. Yeah, Star Wars Politics. That's exactly how it would go. I'd get up. I'd be ready for a watch party. I'd press play, and there would be one person in there, and it would be you, Star Wars Politics. And you'd say, "Where'd everybody go?" It'd be like Patrick. Hashtag 3 a.m. watch party. You guys. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going on the news. We got some other news to talk about, guys. We got some other Star Wars-y things to talk about. There's not just an awesome Mando and Bad Batch episode coming out in a few hours. Okay. Everybody calm down. What do we want to start with? For the news? What do we want to start with? Jedi Survivor? Ahsoka Show? Damon Lindelof movie weird news? The Acolyte? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Guy leaving movie. Oh, Nico. We're starting with that just because of Nico for that one. I just read guy leaving movie, and yeah, we're doing that first. Guy leaving movie. That's what we're starting with. So this broke at 2 a.m. last night. 2 a.m. Me and only one other person in the Discord were awake. Of course, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go check it out. Go chat with all of us. I'll be up at 2 a.m. talking about the news that just broke about Damon Lindelof leaving the freaking movie. Okay, here we go again. Hang on, why can't I find this now? What happened? Okay, here we go again. All right, let's talk about this. So I'm not gonna be looking at the chat, so if you guys start going crazy, I'll see it like in my peripheral vision, but I won't be able to get to it. Okay, Star Wars movie suffers major setback. Just when you thought that there could be a day of good news in Star Wars after we got that Jedi Survivor trailer yesterday, no. In the middle of the night, they were like, hey, check out this one. Lucasfilm ran into some major setbacks in their next theatrical release of the Star Wars universe. The next Star Wars movie loses head writer. So we've talked about this. The next Star Wars movie is going to be a post-sequel movie. It's going to exist in the time frame after the sequel trilogy. It's not going to, it might involve some of the sequel characters, like as side characters, but they're not going to be the main characters. It's going to be a brand new cast, okay? Brand new cast. Brand new cast. But here's what happened at 2 a.m. last night. Above the Line revealed that both Damon Lindelof, who is the head writer and the guy we were excited about, literally the only thing that we were excited about this movie, and Justin Britt Gibson, guy's got two names, okay, has left their upcoming Star Wars movie, which both of them were initially set to write ahead of the film's 2025 release. So not only is this going to be released in 2025, right? But this is also set to start filming next month. Next month. Yeah. That's where we're at. The pair reportedly gave a draft of the film that they had. They literally came up with the film to Disney and Lucasfilm in mid-February and left the project only days after that happened, meaning they read their film and said, we're not making that, and they said, okay, bye. Okay, bye. And here's why this is the bad news. Damon Lindelof said in an interview recently that if he can't make the greatest Star Wars project, I'm paraphrasing, okay? He said, if I can't make the greatest Star Wars project I can, then it's not worth making. And this is what he's talking about. He made the best project he could, gave it to Lucasfilm. They said no, and he said goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. That's exactly what he said. It appears that Lucasfilm has already has a new writer in line for this mysterious mystery movie, although the name was not revealed yet. So it does seem like they're on top of it, kind of. I mean, this happened in mid-February. It's like the end of March now. So it is interesting that we haven't got a new name. And now that this has come out, this report that this is actually happening, we're going to get a name soon. And whoever is writing this has to be a big-ass freaking name, because people are going to riot if it's not Dave Filoni. Because Dave Filoni was in talks to be involved in this movie, and it seemed as though he was going to be helping out Damon Lindelof a lot. But now Damon Lindelof's gone. So we'll see where that goes. And of course, we'll get into this next thing, because this is where it all falls downhill. The new story which will be directed by Miss Marvel's Charmine. I'm not even going to try, because I don't want to embarrass myself. Charmine. So Charmine, the Miss Marvel director who directed 2 episodes of the Miss Marvel show, is currently slated to be the director of this next movie. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Next Star Wars movie. When Star Wars hasn't had a movie in 6 years. 6 years. What are we going to do? Let's hire the Miss Marvel director. Let's hire the Miss Marvel director. Let's hire the Miss Marvel director. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go. And her name is Kathleen Kennedy. All right, let's keep reading. Above the lines, Jeff Snyder also clarified further on Twitter, explaining that Charmine is still in line to direct the film that will be Lucasfilm's next Star Wars project. So that's great. Damon Lindelof, the one guy that we wanted to be attached to this project, is gone, but Charmine's still there. The Miss Marvel director is still attached to the project. Great. Fantastic. Oh, that's so great. How will this affect the Star Wars? Like, who cares? Who cares? This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. And they clearly tried to hide it by posting it at 2 a.m. This happened in mid-February. They had over a month and a half to give this news to us in a good way, giving us a new writer, something to get excited about. Now, the only thing we have to get excited about is the Miss Marvel movie. The Miss Marvel Star Wars film. That's great. Before it was the Lindelof movie. Before it was the Lindelof Star Wars movie. Now it's the Miss Marvel director movie. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And thanks a lot, Swagger, for making that the first topic. Because my hype level for The Mandalorian was so high. And that really just brought me down. Really just brought me down. Brought me down. Okay. Let's see what you guys thought about that. Let's see what you guys are saying about that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Sad day indeed, says Honey Badger. No more after sequel movie director hopefully leads to cancellation. And we get a Dave Filoni trilogy. Dave Filoni, put him in charge of everything. Why not? Lucasfilm, if you're listening, and I know that you are, Dave Filoni, you got a guy. Literally the apprentice of George Lucas. Put him in charge. Put him in charge of everything. Every freaking project. Thanks. Okay. Okay. So, Swagger says, theatrical Star Wars pitch. Cal Kestis and the Mantis crew film post Jedi Survivor. A Cal Kestis movie. That would be pretty cool. But here's the thing. We haven't had a Star Wars film which will be 6 years by 2025. It has to be a banger. It has to literally be not only critically acclaimed, like getting a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes, but the fans. The fans have to love it. And that's all that matters, really, is the fans love it. Look at the prequels. The critics absolutely hated all three. And they're some of the best Star Wars. Or the best Star Wars if you're talking about Revenge of the Sith. But here's the thing. The fans have to love it. And it has to be good. And right now, the Miss Marvel Star Wars movie is not looking good. It's not at all. It's not at all. Star Wars Politics says, you got to respect the guy. You got to respect the guy. Damon Lindelof did the right thing. If he can't make the good movie that he wants to make, again, a Lucasfilm problem, a Kathleen Kennedy problem, she's got to go. But if he can't make the movie that he wants to make and thinks he should make, then he should leave. You're completely right, Star Wars Politics. He should get the frick out of there. He should. Because why would he make a bad movie on Lucasfilm's accord, put his name on that movie just for a paycheck? He wouldn't. It's dumb. Why would he ever do that? You can't blame him. You can't blame Damon. You can't. You can't at all. Jeffrey Snow, what is up, Jeffrey? For good reason. You're a good reason, Jeffrey. You're a good reason. Mike, I have a deer. You have a deer? Star Wars Politics, you got a deer? No. I have an idea. Let's hire Dave Filoni. Genius. You know what, Star Wars Politics? Write that down. Write it in a well-formed letter, okay? Send it to me, and I will read it out loud. And hopefully, someone from Lucasfilm is nearby in my general vicinity. Here's what I say from the letter that you wrote me. It says, oh, wait. Maybe we should do that. Let's put Dave Filoni in charge. Let's do it. Huh. That's a great idea. Oh, guys, hang on. Nico's dead. Guys, somebody check on Nico. Nico, are you alive? Nico says he's dead. Somebody check on Nico, please. Star Wars Politics says, better idea, hire Jon Favreau to direct and Dave Filoni to creatively produce. Oh my God, genius. Hang on, I think Star Wars Politics is a genius, everybody. It's not rocket science. It's really not rocket science. So when you see stupid stuff, like the shows being released in the middle of the week at 3 a.m., it's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Any one of you in the chat right now could be doing better than freaking Kathleen Kennedy. It's not rocket science. It's really not. And I really hope she's got 12 feet out the door because she's got to go. She's got to go. Nico follows up and says, I just want the story for the film to be good and have a cohesive story. Imagine a cohesive story. Write that down too. Nico, write that down. Star Wars Politics says, wouldn't a good business creator to what the audience wants? Oh, cater. Or creator. Wouldn't they cater to it? Yes. Wouldn't they cater to what an audience wants? You would think. And you can't say it's a Disney problem. You can't say it's a Disney problem because look at Marvel. And I know Marvel's is in a rut right now. People will say that Marvel is doing worse than Star Wars. But there was a time where Marvel gave us everything we wanted. Literally everything we wanted. Like just cool, awesome stuff. They listened to the fans. When Thor was too serious, too dark, too stupid in the first Thor movie and in Thor the Dark World, they created Thor Ragnarok, which is one of the best comic book movies ever. They listened to the fans. And that's something that Lucasfilm and Kathleen freaking Kennedy need to open their eyes to. Nico says, the execs don't care about what we think. They don't, and that is their biggest problem. They don't care about what we think. We're the people who buy their products. There's not these normal fans going around buying lightsabers, buying freaking signs that say Star Wars, pop figures, a Boba Fett helmet, Grogu merch. Normal fans aren't doing that. It's us. It's the people here right now. These are the people that they want to be buying their products. So why do they make us angry all the freaking time? It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I liked the first half of the stream where I was really excited and bouncing up and down and getting excited for the Mandalorian. But you know, this is where Star Wars is at, and we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Star Wars Politics says, like, seriously though, who wanted Damon Lindelof and Miss Marvel director? We've literally wanted John and Dave since 2019, since The Mandalorian was released. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's been 4 years now since people have been saying, hey, how about we get a Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni movie? Is that an idea that's never crossed the table? Is that an idea that's never come across their minds? I get that John and Dave are trying to create something great here in the Mandalorian Mandoverse, and Jon Favreau keeps it as his own baby. And I get that, and I really hope they continue to do that and create this awesome Mandoverse that brings in Thrawn, just great, brings in the new Beyond, gives us a great story. But at some point, the movies can no longer suffer, and they have to move over, or they have to have more of an overseeing power. At least Dave Filoni. At least. Honey Badger says KK just needs to go at this point. And he's completely right. I mean, she has to. I know they're waiting for Indiana Jones to release, but she has to go. And here's actually the good news. Here is the good news. Bob Iger, Robert Iger, you guys know, he's the CEO of Disney at this point. And he is losing it. So he was the CEO. And then he put in his boy Bob Chapek as his replacement. He retired. And then he had to come back. He literally had to come back because Disney was in such a disarray. And what he did was he said, look, everybody has to be more accountable for what they produce. This means Pixar. This means Marvel. This means Star Wars. And what did he do? Fairly recently, just let go, fired, whatever you want to call it, what was she? A digital producer, something along those lines. Digital producer, something like that, at Marvel, who was there for 17 years because the quality of Marvel lately has been so bad. Somebody has to take accountability for this. So maybe Star Wars is next on the chopping block, and Kathleen Kennedy has to go. Because they've been waiting, literally just waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to go after the Indiana Jones movie. But we can't wait any longer. It's been too long. She's got to go. She has got to go. Swagger Like Us says, give me a Thrawn Chiss ascendancy versus the Grisk written by Timothy Zahn, directed by Bryce Dallas Howard. Honestly, that would be so insanely awesome. Yeah, that's it. But then again, you are introducing 2 new species to Star Wars. And I know Thrawn's already been in there, but the Chiss haven't really been introduced to the normies, per se. And the Grisk would have to have a big explanation as well. But it would be a great idea. Serious question. Star Wars Politics says, do you think that Dave and John aren't in charge because they truly don't want to be in charge? I kind of think so. Because this stuff isn't rocket science. John and Dave should be in charge. I agree that they might not want to be in charge because of the fact that they want to be there in the creative process, writing and directing the episodes, creating the actual content, but they should definitely be in charge. Honey Badger says, yeah, exactly. Star Wars isn't Star Wars anymore. Growing up, I got a lot of lightsabers, Star Wars action figures, and everything Star Wars. Kids these days barely have them, and that shows Disney Star Wars. Yes, they don't make merchandise. They don't make cool Star Wars lightsabers. I have crappy lightsabers. Like this is from 2006. Still works. It's Hasbro, I think. It's not too bad, but they don't even make this stuff anymore. They don't even make it. It's crazy. They try to sell you their $5 bajillion replica lightsabers. They yeah. Whoa. That's gonna fall. Hang on. Look what you did, Honey Badger. Jeffrey Snow says, now I get why some of the writing is so far and all over the place. Yes, because like there's just different people in charge of everything. Look at the Andor show. Tony Gilroy creates the Andor show that critics love. It's critically acclaimed. Who cares if the fans don't watch it? Who cares if nobody watches it? Who cares if the fans don't like it? Simple as that. So you have John and Dave creating this awesome Mandoverse that everybody loves. Also, Dave Filoni creating the Bad Batch that most people tend to love. And even all the other animated stuff that he's created. Clone Wars Season 7, Star Wars Rebels, all that stuff. And then you have like an almost completely different area of Star Wars when you hit the Andor show. Or even, hopefully, I guess not the Acolyte show, but we'll see. Blake Winfrey, great name. Are you free? I think Disney era, at least, does well with new characters. Din Djarin, Cal Kestis, Caleb Dune, but ruins original trilogy or original characters like Luke, Lando, Kenobi, Boba Fett. Exactly. For some reason, the legacy characters just get completely thrown to the side. Like, just bring in these new characters. Can't make Luke Skywalker look awesome when Rey has to look awesome. You can't make Obi-Wan Kenobi look awesome when Reva has to look awesome. But again, he does say that they do create good new characters. Din Djarin's a great character. A great character. Like his story arc from the beginning of Mando Season 1 where he doesn't even trust droids. He is a bounty hunter. He would never care for another living being. Up until now where he literally protects Grogu like a dad. He trusts droids, all this other stuff. Character development. Cal Kestis, another great idea. Another great example. A great character. And literally introduced in a freaking video game. Hopefully brought into live action, but we'll talk about that in a second. He could be coming to live action a lot sooner than we think. And Caleb Dune, again, Ezra Bridger, all those Rebel cast, fantastic characters. But you know who's attached to all of them? You know who's attached to every single one of them, except for maybe Cal Kestis? Jon Favreau and Dave freaking Filoni. It's not rocket science. Have I said it's not rocket science yet again? Have I said that tonight? It's not rocket science. Star Wars Politics says, a Bob Chapek funny pop or funky pop, a Funko Pop, I think he's trying to say, would have a Grief Karga forehead. Oh my god. I gotta really have that like queued up to go at all times. That Grief Karga forehead thing, I really gotta get that thing going. Me too, a $10 plastic lightsaber from Hasbro. Those things are OG. Exactly. And they still work to this day. Like, they built things to last. They built actual things that were good. It's whatever. Nico says, they need one cohesive creative team who writes a lexicon of sorts for the canon stories. I have no idea what a lexicon means, but I think I know what you're getting at. They need one cohesive creative team of writers, creatives, all that stuff to write everything. All the canon has to be connected. It ain't rocket science. Wait, did I just say it ain't rocket science again? I'm losing it. They just need more people like John and Dave. Hire people who actually care about Star Wars to make Star Wars good again. Exactly. There's so many people who want to work on Star Wars. Look at freaking Carl Withers. The guy was Apollo Creed in Rocky. But he loves Star Wars, and he's back to play Grief Karga, and now is directing episodes. Look at Bryce Dallas Howard. Loves Star Wars, directing episodes. Rick Famuyiwa, directed episodes. Now he's a writer. Find people who love Star Wars. That's it. Simple as that. People who love Star Wars will create good Star Wars. That's it. Nico says Jurassic knows how to handle legacy characters. I actually never saw the newest Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever you want to call it. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I did not see the latest Jurassic Park. I know, I've seen all the other ones. I've literally seen all the other ones. I just never got around to seeing the newest one. Did they do the legacy characters justice, though, in that last one? I know they were all in it. I heard Jason Ward talking about possible creative producer who could come in with the story and let the director execute the direction. That makes sense for Lucasfilm. Who the hell is Jason Ward? Anyone else watch Star Wars Santa? There's a Santa for Star Wars? It wasn't good. You didn't miss much with Jurassic World. I didn't think so. I thought it got bad reviews, and honestly, the fans hated it. But that was just kind of what I got. I disagree. Dominion was easily a top 3 best Jurassic film, in my opinion. Well, guess what, Nico? Your opinion's garbage. Just kidding, Nico. I honestly don't know. But I'll love to see it, and maybe I agree with Nico, and maybe Honey Badger is stupid. All right. We got other things to talk about. We only got to one thing. We got the one thing. We got the one thing. The Damon Lindelof story. Okay, where do we go next? We got Jedi Survivor. We got Ezra Bridger. We got Ahsoka Show, which is Ezra Bridger. We got the Jedi Survivor. We got Ahsoka Show, and we got something else. I forget, but we'll get to it. Jedi Survivor. We're going to Jedi Survivor. We're going to Jedi Survivor. Okay, let's watch the trailer. Whoops. There we go. So I'm gonna mute it. Obviously, I'm gonna try at least. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna mute it so that we don't get copy struck. You know, the good old copy struck. Hopefully, we don't get copy struck. But let's watch this trailer, and let's. This is called the official story trailer. So there's some awesome stuff in here that we're going to talk about. And I'm making a full form video on this, so don't forget to check that out. But here we go. May contain content inappropriate for children. Did any of you guys know Tobuscus? Anybody? So, open up with Cal crashing. By the way, visually stunning. This whole game. It's going to be on the next gen consoles, so it's going to be really good. Respawn. Hey, notice anything on that screen? Anybody? Notice anything missing on that screen? So you got the Mantis flying through hyperspace to Coruscant. That means Cal is going to Coruscant. Confirmed. Right away. Crazy. Looks like this is on Coruscant. Maybe when he first gets there, fighting off the Empire on Coruscant, Cal. What are you, stupid? This is going to be wild. This game's going to be so insane. Do I have the closed caption out? No, I don't. Dang it. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So he's fighting this guy with the lightsaber. Weird. We don't know who this is. He's got an orange blade. We don't know what's going on here. But there's so many questions, by the way, about this game. Like, who's the guy in the back to tank still? We got a lot to talk about. Got this guy going around like this. Boom, boom, boom. Some awesome combat. Again, a different planet entirely. Almost crashing. Then you get Marin. You get a first look at Marin and Cal, which I haven't seen that. She says, Cal, look into the fire. You guys can't really see that, huh? Well, you can. It gets cut off, whatever. Let's adjust this here for a second here. Let's adjust it here for a second there. That's better. So that's Coruscant, obviously. Going to Coruscant again. Coruscant's awesome. We need more of it. Even more. Even more than the more we've already gotten. And then we get another look at, what's this guy's name? Completely forget. What's his name? Here's my brain. Got this planet here. Until it turns to ash. He's fighting this bounty hunter here again. That planet's kind of cool. Then you got this guy. So this is the guy from the back to tank. Kind of looks like Cal a little bit, but not Cal, obviously. He's wearing this High Republic robes, so we assume he's a High Republic Jedi. He says, how could you let the galaxy fall to this unworthy machine of an empire? Unworthy. He's not saying a bad leader, bad whatever. Unworthy. Crazy. As he throws a stormtrooper helmet at him. Marin fighting, which is awesome, using the Force. Then you got Darth Scrotum right here. The legend. Got him using the Force. Looks like some more Zepho stuff. Crazy. He's on Coruscant himself. Awesome. You got it. Clearly he's got a new friend here. Maybe some co-op. Maybe some co-op. Then you got some combat stuff. Fighting with Marin. Fighting a TIE fighter through the space. And of course, April 28th is the release date. April 28th. Pre-order, blah, 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 blah. But let's go back to here, where this guy tells him about the Empire. Then Cal says something very, very interesting. He might be beyond our grasp. Hope might be beyond our grasp. Hope might feel beyond our grasp. But I think we finally found somewhere the Empire can't reach us. So here's where we're going to linger on this one. Cal is saying that he thinks that they found a place where the Empire can't reach them. Now that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. When we see him on Coruscant, literally the capital of the Empire, in this trailer, he's saying that they found a place where the Empire can't get to them. So here's where everybody lost their minds in the Discord yesterday because I brought this up. What if we know that the Ahsoka Show is going to be introducing this place called the New Beyond, a new space in the Star Wars galaxy? This is where Thrawn and Ezra disappeared to. At the end of Star Wars Rebels, this is where they disappeared to. What if the place that it keeps them hidden from the Empire that Cal Kestis is explaining is the New Beyond? It has been rumored that the New Beyond is going to be a place that is hard to get to. The reason that Ahsoka and Sabine can't find them is because they disappeared with the Purrgil, and the Purrgil seem to be, at least right now, the only way to get to the New Beyond. So what if Cal Kestis finds a way to get to the New Beyond, which will be difficult, and that the Empire can't follow them, and he could possibly come into live action in the Ahsoka Show or even the Skeleton Crew show, which is also going to take place in this New Beyond. Okay? What if Cal Kestis is the first to go there? What do we think? What do we think? Now the common consensus in the Discord yesterday, again, link in description, Discord, join it. Again, the common consensus in the Discord yesterday was this shouldn't happen in a video game first. Now, I must say, it was Star Wars Politics, it was Journeyman, guys who don't play video games, don't like video games, didn't play Jedi Fallen Order. No, I'm kidding. But they didn't like the idea of this great new space in Star Wars being introduced in a video game first. And I can't deny that would make sense. However, you would have to do it first because Cal Kestis showing up in the Ahsoka Show would not only make a third Jedi Survivor game or Jedi game, make it pointless because now he's in live action and we know he survives and we know where he is. But it would kind of just like make the two games kind of like whatever. And it wouldn't explain at all how Cal Kestis gets there. But if you playing as Cal Kestis are the one who gets to discover the New Beyond, I think it would be awesome. I think it would be so cool. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What is going on here? There we go. What do we think? What do we think? Star Wars Politics says Mike's overreacting for Jedi Survivor. I think you're wrong, Star Wars Politics. I think this game is going to hit absolutely hard. You have to remember that the first game sold a bajillion copies. That's right, a bajillion copies. So they wanted to go hard for this second one. And if they're going to bring Cal Kestis into live action, this fan favorite character that literally hasn't been in anything except for his own video game, then they're going to want to make it cool. And this is how they do it. Star Wars Politics follows up and says, come on, it's too good to be true. Too good to be true seems to be the common consensus with Disney Star Wars. But what if it changes? What if it's not too good to be true? What if it just is true? Come on. Again, like Honey Badger says, 3 years in the making. And then he says Tobuscus. Tobuscus. This game looks so beautiful. I can't wait to spend all my money getting it. Exactly, Honey Badger. Jeffrey says, do any of you guys have Battlefront 2? Yes, and I actually played it yesterday. I played Battlefront 2 yesterday, and it was a blast. I must say. Battlefront 2 still holds up. That game hasn't had an update for like years now, but that game still holds up, I must say. When's Battlefront 3? I certainly hope soon. But we'll see. Swagger Like Us says, Star Wars is a mythological gold mine. Case in point, those Knights of the Old Republic cinematics. Those Knights of the Old Republic cinematics are awesome. If you guys have noticed in my recent videos, I've actually used those cinematics or a clip from those cinematics, like just the one where all those Sith are fighting against all those Jedi at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Those Knights of the Old Republic cinematics are insane. All visual storytelling, but masterful in execution. Tone, lighting, saber, choreography, tension, blah, blah, blah. Nico says, how does the High Republic Jedi live that long? Other than Yoda, of course. So here's where I'm at with that. He was put in a back tank, but he might have been in like a cryo freeze thing where he's just stuck in time and then Cal Kestis discovers him. Something along those lines would be awesome. Would be very, very cool. Star Wars Politics says, it ain't gonna happen. I refuse to let it happen. It can't happen. Oh, Journeyman, what is up? Journeyman has entered the chat. Okay, Journeyman, we are talking about Jedi Survivor and the New Beyond and how excited we are for it. Aren't you excited, Journeyman? Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited? Swagger Like Us says, Jango Fett open seasons comic would have made an awesome Disney Plus series. The Jango Fett open season thing should still be created into at least a video game. At least a video game. Because that story is so good that it needs to be told on a greater scale for more fans to know. Like that whole Jango, Jaster, Mariel, like all that story arc needs to be told in a better light than just the comics. I completely agree with you. Star Wars Politics says, negative Nelly in the house, JK Law. Yeah, no, yeah. No. Journeyman, why does it say... Never mind. Swagger Like Us says, Jedi Survivor looks epic. It looks so good. Honestly, I wasn't excited for it up until I saw that trailer yesterday. Honestly, the delay for it, all that other news surrounding it, wasn't really exciting for me. But that trailer got me hyped. Like, absolutely hyped. It was cool. It was cool. And I love Cameron Monaghan. I've loved Cameron Monaghan since he was the freaking Joker on Gotham. Anybody watch Gotham? When Gotham was coming out, I loved that show. That show was so good. And I thought it was like genius. Just the way that they had all the Batman villains. It was good. I thought it was good. Jeffrey Snow says, was thinking about getting it myself. It does look like a lot of fun. I will add you in the near future. Yeah, my gamer tag, I play on Xbox. The Xbox. I know all you PlayStation fans are like, no. I play on the Xbox. My username is Dr.Gonkdroid. Dr. Gonkdroid. Capital D, capital G, capital D. Dr. Gonkdroid. Yes. Blake Winfrey says, oh, the KOTOR comics should get a whole animated series, top notch. The KOTOR, or Knights of the Old Republic, comics, games, all of that stuff should be brought into live action. Give it a live action Disney Plus show, or even a freaking trilogy. Give us something in the Old Republic, please. 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 Swagger Like Us says, exactly. Great taste, man. Too good to be just a comic. Exactly. Star Wars Politics says, no Old Republic stuff too much already. I want post episode 9 Anakin. What? 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 Post episode 9 Anakin Skywalker? You mean the guy who's been dead for like 30 years? Steven says, Steven. That's his name. Steven says, they need to post all of the episodes at once. I hate waiting week to week for each episode. Steven, I hate to disagree with you because this is your first time super chatting, I do believe. I don't recognize your name. You're wrong. No. So I disagree. I think the week to week thing is great because we get to come on here and speculate. We get a whole week of speculation and fun for Star Wars. I think all those Netflix shows hurt bad. Like, I watched The Outer Banks recently. Anybody watch The Outer Banks? Anybody watch The Outer Banks? I think those shows, like Stranger Things, Outer Banks, all those Netflix shows, hurt because they don't come out week to week. There's a hype level around that initial release when they all get released at the same time that dwindles down very, very fast. Like, very, very fast. And then the show's gone. When you have 8 weeks of hype, literally 8 whole weeks, like a month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months of hype for a show, that's what you want for the fandom. That's what you want. Journeyman changed his thumb. I was going to ask you why it says B on your profile picture, but yeah. Star Wars Politics says, don't you want Anakin to take the place of the Mortis gods? That's an entire trilogy right there with Ahsoka as the daughter. It's possible. And it could explain where Anakin's Force Ghost is. Actually, Star Wars Politics, hang on a second. That would be awesome. That... yeah. Yes. I take it back. Yes. I would love that. I would love that. Okay, so here's the thing. I knew this was going to be a long stream. We're at 1 hour and 17 minutes, and there's no slowing down anytime soon. We are like halfway through the news. I always have this cup. You guys know this. Same cup every stream. Fill it with water to the top because my voice goes away as we stream for longer and longer periods of time. The cup's empty. So I came prepared today. I have another cup today. I know we're talking about cups, but they're Star Wars cups, so you know it's relevant. It's relevant. I got a Rise of Skywalker. It's completely faded, I know. It's gone through the ringer. A Rise of Skywalker cup. It's gigantic, filled with water, and ready for me to drink. It's seen some things. That cup has seen some things. But yes, Anakin doing the Mortis gods thing would be epic. It would be so epic. Journeyman says, Journeyman. Why do I call you Journeyman? I don't know, Wayne, but I'm going to keep doing it. Journeyman says, so if we are getting an Order 66 flashback, are we also getting Luke or Grogu since Dave is directing? I think it's more close. It's going to be more likely Ahsoka. Ahsoka is going to be there. And if you showed up on time, Journeyman, you would understand. Sorry. Star Wars Politics says, it only works if it's good, a.k.a. Bad Batch. True. I mean, everything only works if it's good, honestly. Anything. Sorry, Ahsoka I meant. Yes, you're correct. Ahsoka. We definitely think Ahsoka's going to be in this episode, or at least we certainly hope so. Or Sabine, because if Dave Filoni's in charge, it could go either way. It could go either way. All right, let's keep going with the news. We have some Ahsoka stuff to talk about, a.k.a. Ezra Bridger. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the Ahsoka show. Literally, never been more excited for a TV show in my entire life. Even Brandon Wayne from The Mandalorian says H. What? Even Brandon Wayne from The Mandalorian. Oh, he retracted his message. Okay, fix it. Well. Look who the bantha dragged in. Steven says, I don't like how non-secure the New Republic is. Let me restart that. Steven says, I don't like how non-secure the New Republic was. They escaped way too easily and nothing was salvaged. Everything was intact. What are you talking about, Steven? The New Republic's security. It sucks. Yes, we know this. They escaped too easily. Who escaped too easily? What are you talking about? You lost me, Steven. You lost me. Follow up. I'll keep an eye on chat. But we got to keep going. So that's my Jedi Survivor spiel. Okay, so here's what Dave Filoni is talking about here. This is some awesome stuff. Dr. Pershing. Oh, Dr. Pershing escaped way too easily. Yeah, but he wasn't a prisoner. He was supposed to be in the amnesty program being, like, helped by the New Republic. But yeah, I see what you're talking about. Star Wars Politics says, if Anakin's the father, Ahsoka's the daughter, then who's the son? Luke. Luke's literally his son. Ahsoka was kind of like his daughter. Actually, no, the son has to be evil, right? Yeah, no. Scratch that. Has to be pure evil. Ezra. Interesting. That would be cool. Yeah. But Anakin doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. Ezra would be cool. Yeah. Okay. So, this is an interview coming from The Wrap. The Mandalorian executive producer teases how the Star Wars spin-off could come together. A big event in the time period is very, very real. We won't read all of this. This story is, by definition, the Mandalorian, and speaks to the part of the Star Wars saga that we're getting into now. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. How often are you thinking, how can I get my cartoon characters into live action? So this is 100% of the time. But very rarely. I know people think that it's the other way around, which is fascinating to me. But I think there are two ways to look at it, which is, yes, they were animated characters, but to me they are just characters. And now I'm over here working in live action, and I'm comfortable with those characters. I know them, I like them, and I like to see them around. But also, it changes when there suddenly is a different medium. Katie Sackhoff talked about this a little bit. And the difference between performing Bo-Katan as a voice versus performing her physically and being presented on set as her is a completely different vibe. I'm always cautious, and John and I talk about who we will bring in. I try to do it when it makes the most sense. When we needed a gunslinger to go up against some of our characters in the Book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane's name came up. I think looking at that, the first thing I think is, well, how do we do that, and how do we do that and make it believable? Like the character, he's so lean and gaunt in the Clone Wars, and if we don't do that, is it all CG? How are we going to portray that? If we don't think we can do it effectively, then we shouldn't do it. So he's pretty much just saying that if we can't bring in these animated characters into live action effectively, then why would we do it? So Cad Bane is a perfect example in the Book of Boba Fett because he can be brought in as the gunslinger, as the bad guy for Boba Fett. Although he wasn't the biggest bad guy, he was an effective one against Boba Fett especially. So, Kathleen Kennedy said in 2020, cheapers, that the series could culminate, jeez, I can't read English today, culminate in a climactic story event. But more recently, John has said this Mandalorian could go on forever. Are you building towards a climactic event, or has that been pushed aside? So this is what Dave Filoni says, and it's very, very interesting. Well, let me zoom in on this, by the way. I'm straining my eyes trying to read this. He says, well, from a certain point of view, from my point of view, yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Well, from a certain point of view, it could. It could build to a climactic thing, and The Mandalorian could still go on. It's not necessarily one or the other, is it? It's an interesting way to think about it. I tend to think, as we've been working on The Mandalorian and then writing Ahsoka, and then John Watts came in with the Skeleton Crew, there is an entire time period in this post-Return of the Jedi that I look at, and I look at that time period, which is before The Force Awakens, is around 30 years of time. And when you look at the original trilogy, it's much less significant amount of time that those 3 movies take place in. Again, a lot like the sequel trilogy. The original trilogy is only a few years. And so what I like is that we are really building very slowly an ecosystem of characters and politics and events in this post-Return of the Jedi period. And that may or may not lead in a bigger way as we add more shows to it and add more characters to it. The good thing is that we are always talking creatively together. This is great news for those of you who say they don't talk about things together. Wait, you guys can't even, it's cut off. There we go. Together about where these stories are all going. I love whiteboards, and I whiteboard everything and have timelines, starting all the way back at the Phantom Menace and going all the way out to the Rise of Skywalker. I have all these slots in between where everybody's doing everything. So I can look at all of it with Kathleen on what's going on here and what's going on there. It's very fun. So Dave Filoni's in charge, and he's pretty much just got everything on a whiteboard. Again, would love to see those whiteboards, but he's got a timeline, an actual timeline that he's looking at here. And that's kind of what he's talking about. He's saying that sure, there could be a big event in this Mando timeline, but that doesn't mean that the Mandalorian has to end. That doesn't mean that the Mandalorian has to come to a conclusion. The Mandalorian itself can continue to be a story after a climactic event with maybe Grand Admiral Thrawn or something along those lines. The Mandalorian story does not have to end there. You know? Does that make sense? Does that make dollar bills? Steven says, oh wait, we already talked about that. Where was I? Star Wars Politics says, no, they don't just, just has to be over the dark. The dark isn't bad. True. So it just has to be a darker character. It doesn't have to be bad. He's talking about Ezra. Steven says, I also wish Mando to seek droid info on the IG unit. I thought Boba had a ton of knowledge about droids. Boba Fett? Why? Does he? Anybody? Does he? I don't know. Does he? Mando to seek Boba for info. I think Boba will come into this season at some point. Whenever Mando needs help, maybe reclaiming Mandalore or fighting against the Empire, he will go to get Boba Fett's help. But I don't think it's going to be this episode, at least. Journeyman says, okay, to the point of the larger story, do you think Gina's firing made the plan for the big story event fail? And they have been rushing Star Wars ever since. So Gina Carano firing affected the story. It affected the story in a way where this Rangers of the New Republic, and people have been talking about this all week, Rangers of the New Republic got canned, or at least it's not going to be made. But pieces of it are still being integrated into The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and that's what people think this Dr. Pershing episode was, where it was just an integration of a storyline that they had for the Rangers of the New Republic. So it is possible that the firing of Gina Carano did throw a wrench in the plans, but I don't think Cara Dune being there or not being there is really going to affect this greater story or this Grand Admiral Thrawn threat or anything along those lines. No, but yeah. Journeyman? No, but yeah. Swagger Like Us says, 10 people watching. This is an awesome stream. Don't forget to drop a like. Swagger, you are the best. One of the best. All of you are the best. Yes, we've had double digits this entire stream almost, and it is awesome. This is like the craziest thing ever. This was such a hype stream, and we're still going. But this was such a hype stream, and I'm waiting for my second win to start bouncing up and down and getting excited about the next episode. But yeah, it has been very exciting and awesome. And Star Wars Politics follows up and says, and join the Discord. Yes, don't forget to join the Discord. Gotta go though. Good rest of the night. I had fun watching this have fun watching this episode. That sweater is dope, by the way. Oh, my Grogu sweater, thanks. I just wish they paid more attention to the little details. Yes. See you, Steven. Have a great night. Star Wars Politics says, yeah, Journey and I were talking about Gina's firing. Obviously, this is why Mando 3 got pushed. John probably had to rewrite everything. Yeah, exactly. So obviously, Gina Carano being fired was the reason, or a reason, that The Mandalorian Season 3 was pushed 2 years. They had to get rid of the character. And it's hard to do that when she was such a main character in that second season and even the first season. So yeah, it was a hard thing to do, but that's definitely why it took a lot longer to go. Honey Badger says, this live hits. Getting hype. Let's go. Let's go. Blake Winfrey says, you earned these double digits, bro. Yes, I certainly think I did. I like to be a little modest every once in a while. I would like to be a little modest every once in a while, but I certainly think I'd like to say I did. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, Blake. Join the Discord. This is the way. Yes, join the Discord. Bumtendo's here. Sound the alarms. What's up, Bumtendo? What is up, Bumtendo? Swagger Like Us says, Grogu, the Mandalorian Jedi, future Star Wars trilogy. I definitely think that's where they're going. I think Grogu is going to be the future of Star Wars for a long, long time. I mean, he's literally going to live 900 years. Let's not forget, he lives 900 years. Unless he gets Kappa-detated. Unless his Kappa gets detated. Gotta clear my throat. Hang on 1 second. Unless his Kappa gets detated, Grogu's going to be around for a long time. Gonna be around for a long, long time. And of course, Star Wars Politics has to chime in and say that he still doesn't want to see Grogu as a Mandalorian Jedi, but he's just crazy. We know this. We know this. Star Wars Politics is just our neighborhood crazy. Star Wars Politics, we know that you don't want that, but it's going to happen, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. You will love Grogu as a Mandalorian Jedi. You will love it. Wait, what? His Kappa was detated? No, I'm just saying if Grogu's Kappa was detated, then he wouldn't live 900 years. Unless he somehow figured out something. I don't know. Bouncy. Yes. Sorry. All right. Bumtendo says, Grogu versus another evil Grogu. Small man duel. That would be something. That would really be something. I would watch that. No. The Grogu versus another evil Grogu. Write that down. Journeyman says, I want Bo to take over the Mandalorians, which I think she will. They have left off the past couple of episodes with Bo being at the end of the episode. Yes, they're definitely gearing towards a Bo-Katan takeover. She's clearly not, she's just going along with this. She's clearly not actually going to just allow Din to keep the Darksaber and not go tame that Mythosaur that, again, she didn't even mention to Din Djarin. She was like, did you see that Mythosaur? He was like, what? And she's like, oh, nothing. Yeah, no, that's not what happened. Grogu's first words. Okay. This is where things get interesting. Swagger Like Us says, Grogu's first words. What do we think Grogu's first words are going to be? Star Wars Politics says, do it. I think it's possible. His first words better be, this is the way. So a lot of fans were thinking in that last episode, at the beginning of the episode, or wait, was it the beginning of the last episode? Or was it the end of the last episode? At some point in the last episode, when Grogu, Din, and Bo are in the same cockpit, so it's the beginning of the episode, they all say, this is the way. Din says this is the way, Bo-Katan sarcastically says this is the way, and then Grogu says, that's what he said. And a lot of people are tending to think that the next words he's going to say is, this is the way. No. Palpatine voice. No in Palpatine voice? Oh. No. You will die. Yeah, that'll be his first words. You will die. I'm so weak. Help me. I'm so weak. Yeah, that'll be his first words. I hope his Kappa doesn't get detated. Me too. Bumtendo says his first words will be blue milk. To Bo, he will say mommy. I want his first words to be Babu Frick. Journeyman, you win it. You win. What will Grogu's first words be? Journeyman wins. It'll be Babu Frick. That's it. That is definitely it. No, he doesn't win. He wins. Star Wars Politics, he wins. He can't win. That's impossible. That's impossible. Yeah, no. Okay. We do have some other news to get to. Oh my God, we're not even close to done with the stream. All right. A little bit of Andor news. I know I'm about to lose all my viewers, so we're going to do it very, very quickly. You ready? You ready for the Andor news? You ready for the Andor news? Andor Season 2 filming in Spain with 600 extras. Oh my God, that's a lot of extras. Oh my God, the Andor show is going to be really big. Okay. That's it. That's the Andor news. Andor news for the day. Andor news for the day. That's all I can take with Andor. That's all I can take. That's all I can take. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's all. All right. Here is this crazy rumor. Possibly Barriss Offee in the Ahsoka show. Now I know people have been talking about this for a while. Now it's been a rumor going around for a while now. But Barriss Offee, it seems more and more likely the closer and closer we get to the Ahsoka show that Barriss could be coming. Which would be kind of crazy. What do you guys think about that? Barriss Offee coming. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Journeyman says, I mean, correct analysis for Andor, though. It was great. It was great. What do we think about Barriss Offee? Do you guys even know who Barriss Offee is? Like, she's such a nobody that it's like, really? Like, bringing her in as like this jaw-dropping villain for the series is not going to really help anybody, you know? This is Barriss, by the way. Let me pull her up. Here we go. You remember from the Clone Wars, right? Barriss Offee in the Ahsoka show. It's possible. It's claiming because of some Funko Pops that have been leaked about the Ahsoka show, and Barriss might be one of them. It's pretty crazy. Barriss could be coming, which would be wild. It would be insane if Barriss came into the show. It would be wild. It would kind of be crazy. I mean, not a lot of casual fans would know about her, but it would still be crazy. Still be pretty wild. Journeyman says, good. I love she was a good rival for Ahsoka. Yeah, she was a good rival in the Clone Wars. Anakin going after her in the Clone Wars was some of the cool stuff. Star Wars Politics says she should be in tonight's episode. One of Dave's characters. That's true. She is one of Dave's characters, but I doubt she'll be in this. Interesting if it was Barriss. It would be cool. It would be cool if Barriss was in the Ahsoka show. I don't think she'll be the main villain. I really hope she won't be the main villain of the show, but it is possible. Okay, do you guys want me to like just go like back to something I was just thinking about? Because I just came up with something else to further my theory about the New Beyond being in Jedi Survivor, and I know it'll piss off Star Wars Politics and Journeyman, so I'm gonna do it anyway, but it's a completely tangent from where we're at. Remind me where we were at. Remind me Barriss Offee in the Ahsoka show, and we'll go back, okay? We'll go back, okay? Merrin in the Jedi games, in Jedi Fallen Order, is a Night Sister, okay? And what have we heard about the New Beyond? It's where the Night Sisters originated from. And what if Merrin knows this? And what if she tells Cal about this place and they go there because Merrin knows about it? What do we think? How long will the episode be for tonight? It's 30 minutes. Yes, Swagger is right. It is 30 minutes. Shortest episode of any Mandalorian episode ever. But what do we think about Merrin being the connection to the New Beyond? Because she is a Night Sister. The Night Sisters originate from there. These connections are just all right there in front of us, and you guys can't deny it anymore. Yeah, Star Wars Politics, you think I'm wrong? You think I'm wrong? You think I'm wrong? You think I'm wrong? I'm literally spitting down facts, and you can't deny them anymore. You can't deny them. You can't deny the truth. You know it to be true. Search your feelings. I'm losing it. I am losing it. Bumtendo says, it'd be cool with something completely new introduced. Yes, the New Beyond's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So just accept it. Just embrace it. I probably shouldn't do that hand motion when I say embrace. We're losing it tonight. Let's go back. Someone remind me, where was I? Okay, Barriss Offee, the Ahsoka show. Here we go. So, this is crazy. This is about Ezra Bridger and Sabine. So, when Ezra left, when Ezra disappeared with Grand Admiral Thrawn, he didn't have... he didn't have... Sorry, I was just reading what Star Wars Politics is saying. He didn't have his lightsaber. Sabine has his lightsaber. So, in the Ahsoka Show, Sabine will be wielding a green lightsaber that is Ezra Bridger's from Star Wars Rebels. But this also means that when Ezra disappeared into the New Beyond, he didn't have a weapon. No weapon. So what happens is he learns to use the Force in different ways. He uses it for combat reasons. Not just like Force pushing people, Force pulling people, but more of like a crazy jujitsu, kung fu, just craziness with using the Force. Like all this cool ninja stuff using the Force. And he's going to be really good at it by the time we find him, because it's been years and years and years. And it would be so freaking cool. So he might be just absolutely insane with the Force, which would be awesome. Swagger Like Us says, love the New Beyond concept. I absolutely love the New Beyond concept. A new space in Star Wars brings in just brand new stuff, brings in brand new Force users, brings in a brand new place, brings in awesome new concepts. It would be so cool. Bumtendo says Ezra might be more dark side mode, or more dark mode. I would love a darker Ezra Bridger. We saw glimpses of it in Star Wars Rebels when he was training with Maul after Kanan died, all that stuff. Or actually, it was before Kanan died. But yeah, the dark side Ezra stuff was awesome. It was so cool. Swagger Like Us says, Space John Wick. Imagine Ezra's like Space John Wick. That would be so cool. That would be awesome. Wait, Sabine has his lightsaber? No wonder Lucasfilm hired an intimacy coordinator consultant. We haven't even gotten to the intimacy consultant yet. Oh, wow. We still got a ways to go here. And we're at an hour and 40 minutes, longest stream ever. Okay, here we go. It's third wind, fifth wind, sixth wind. Here we go. Okay. I think I just broke my chair. Calm down. Okay. I think Sabine and Ezra together as a couple is a prediction. I'm calling it. Yeah, they were kind of very close. I mean, from literally episode 1 of Star Wars Rebels, Ezra wants that. He has a crush on Sabine. Ezra wants that. What am I saying? He has a crush on Sabine, and like through the whole season, through the whole series, he does. So maybe that kind of goes both ways when we get them. Do you think we will see Sabine in Mando? Yes. I do think by the end of this season we will get a glimpse of Sabine, especially if Ahsoka's in this next episode. Sabine's not far behind her, I think, at least, because I think she would. yeah. Kyle Katarn would be cool. Kyle Katarn would be epic, but I don't think he's coming. Just because, again, if he showed up on screen, normie fans would be like, who? I'm Star-Lord, man. Legendary. Yeah, no. Who? Yeah, no. I don't think Kyle Katarn's coming anytime soon, but it would be cool. Jedi in the streets, Sith in the sheets. Yeah, that's Ezra Bridger. He's got the dark side, he's got the light side, he's got it all. Jedi in the streets, Sith in the sheets. What has this stream come to? Star Wars politics. You hit the nail on the head. We've hit some unknown territory here. This stream has never gone longer than an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 43 minutes, and clearly everything goes off the rails. Once you pass that hour 30-minute mark, something, just some screws break loose. My chair breaks. I'll be sitting on the floor in a minute. Yikes. This is crazy. But somebody write that down. You earned that extra 13 minutes. Blake, you're the person keeping me going. Every time you send in a compliment like that, it keeps me going for at least another 13 minutes. So keep it going. We are keeping it going, Honey Badger. We will. Stefan says, imagine Grogu. I can't say that. I just can't. I say most things on the stream, you know. I tend to say most things, but I can't say that one, Stefan. I'm sorry. Star Wars Politics says, what they are about nerd theory is right. Wait, what they say about nerd theory is right. Yeah, those Nerd Theory streams, when they get to like 2 hours, 3 hours, is when they go crazy. When I'm by myself up here, just talking about myself, it's about an hour and a half because I have to fill up the double, you know? It's double, it's half, you know? I hope your chair is good. No, my chair is good. I just thought I heard something when I was bouncing up and down like crazy. But, you know, we get excited, you know? I found some discount cool chairs on Amazon. Bob Dendel's going to buy me a new chair. Going to miss Kanan though. Awesome character. However, the rumor is Lothwolf Doom to appear in Ahsoka. Yes. So Ahsoka could be riding on a freaking Lothwolf in the Ahsoka show. The Ahsoka show leaks are insane. And the fact that show is probably only going to be 8 episodes and they're going to be like Mando episodes where they're all going to be in between a half hour and an hour is crazy to me. You're talking about the world between worlds. You're talking about this new beyond. You're talking about Grand Admiral Thrawn, Sabine, other Rebels characters like Hera, Syndulla, Zeb, maybe even a Lothwolf appearing. All this crazy stuff is all going to happen in only 8 episodes. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Man, we should do a live Discord discussion or a Discord live discussion. Would you need a drink, some water if hang on. You won't need to drink some water if we can convert back and forth. Oh, I'd still need to drink some water. My voice would still be gone. You know? Out of my comically large Rise of Skywalker scratched up, inexplicably scratched up cup. Oh my god. We'll do some live Discord discussions soon. We talked about maybe doing one tomorrow night after The Mandalorian and just talking about The Mandalorian. Maybe. I hope there are commando droids. Commando droids would be awesome, man. Commando droids would be sick. The commando droids were very underutilized. I mean, were they only in the Clone Wars? Were they even in live action? I want more depressed and apathetic emotional droids. Okay, Bumtendo. You keep wanting that. I love the Rise of Skywalker cup. I mean, look at it, dude. Like, what happened to this cup? How does a cup end up like this? It's what did I do to this cup? It was the Rise of Skywalker. It did it. It wasn't me. Mr. and Mrs. Sean 2000 still here. He says they would definitely teaser Ezra by showing the radio tower, then cutting to black. You mean in The Mandalorian or in Ahsoka? That is possible though. I get what you're saying. We are truly the Star Wars. We are. We truly are. I don't know what you're saying. Honey Badger says, I'm just trying to help. I love to talk Star Wars with you all. Yeah, no, we'll definitely get some live Discord chats going in there at some point soon. We'll figure that out. I'm not good with the Discord thing. That whole Discord thing. I'm not good. Mr. and Mrs. Sean follows up, says, just in general, a post-credit teaser. Yeah, it would be cool. I'd love to see Ezra. Lothal in live action would be sick. Literally everything from Rebels in live action would be sick. Let's be real. Star Wars Politics says, we don't want to know what that cup went through. Yeah, we don't. Good cup follows orders. Good cups follow orders. Good cups follow orders. Exactly. And this one was a great cup. There is a great cup, I should say. Until I get rid of it, because it's the Rise of Skywalker. What do we think about the Rise of Skywalker? Oh, let's check out the poll. This poll's been up for this whole time almost. Let's check out the poll. Let's end the poll. 61% of you, 61% of you, it would have been great if it was 61 of you, are going to stay up and watch the Mandalorian episode. That's kind of cool. That's cool. That's a lot more than I thought, honestly. It's the dishwasher. That happens to my cups like that. Good cups follow orders. Yeah, exactly. Favreau last year on the panel revealed that Ahsoka series has epic lightsaber scenes. Yes, actually, Swagger, I remember that. I remember Jon Favreau mentioning that, mentioning that the Ahsoka show is going to have some crazy lightsaber duels, and I can't wait. That show is going to be absolutely insane. Got to get up at 5:40 a.m. so I can't really stay up, sadly. Blake says, that's fine. Oh, you mean for the Mandalorian? Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to stay up, obviously. Just get to it. Get to it. So on Thursday when you come to the live stream again, Blake, you can get hyped with us. Get hyped with us. I'm hyped for the Mandalorian. I'm hyped for Mando is coming back. Let's go. Hype for Mando is coming back. Honey Badger, you are completely right. I think the hype is coming back. So many memes out of the stream. Honestly, somebody clip all those funny scenes because I don't even remember half of them. I don't know what's going on. I'm really tired today. Well, truth be told, I drove my brother to the airport at like 5 a.m. yesterday, so I am like running on empty right now. But you know, I do it for you guys. I do it for the fans. Which before today was like nobody, so thanks. It's so good. Top tier Star Wars content. Yes, exactly. This is what building a community looks like, Mike. Way to go, man. Dude, it's going so fast and I'm trying to like enjoy it as it happens. So whenever we hit like 10 viewers, I'm like, let's go. We had the video hit 2,000 views over the weekend. It was just like just some wild stuff going on here. Wild stuff. Eat your heart out, everyone else. Hashtag a guy who loves Star Wars dub. Okay. Blake says, woo! Hype! Blake, that's what I think you sound like. Hype! Am I right? Or am I right? Awesome stream. This is the way. This stream is not over yet because we haven't even touched the Acolyte show, and we will in a second as soon as I speed through all these. Okay, ready? Jeffrey says, if by episode 5 I don't see Boba, I'm ending my Disney Plus subscription. Jeffrey, why? What? Jeffrey, calm down, okay? It's okay. Boba's coming. Just might not be by episode 5, so don't do that because you will miss out on him if he comes later. Don't do that. Mr. Sean said, did you see that they are transforming Space Mountain in California to Hyperspace Mountain? That's sick. Is that real? Is that real? That's awesome. This is the way. All I want all the credit. JK, lol. Yeah, Star Wars Politics, you were the one. Like, I would be sitting up here talking to myself for a long time, and then you just come in and be like, yeah. And it was great. Somebody to talk to. Sheesh. Let's keep the stream going. This stream is going to keep going because we got to talk about the Acolyte. Let's do it. The Acolyte show has hired an intimacy coordinator. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's talk about it. So, an intimacy coordinator. What the hell is that? So usually a movie or a TV show or something along those lines hires an intimacy coordinator if they have a, how should I phrase this? If they have an intimate scene. That was weird. That was weird what I did with my hands, wasn't it? It was weird. Okay. A sex scene. Okay. If a show has a sex scene, that's when they have an intimacy coordinator. Okay. If something, if the Jedi on the streets becomes a Sith in the sheets, then they need an intimacy coordinator to coordinate that. Am I really saying these things on live on YouTube? Sometimes I just sit here and say, what? Okay. So if that happens, they need an intimacy coordinator. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, hang on. The Acolyte show is going to have a sex scene? No, it's highly unlikely because that should stay very far away from Star Wars. The closest thing we got to that was Anakin and Padme in the prequels. Of course, Yaddle and Yoda did something off screen that we won't talk about because Grogu exists. but Jesus. But oh God. Yikes. But it's not always for that scenario. It could just be because there is a relationship in the Acolyte show that they want to be conveyed more strongly, and they want an intimacy coordinator to be involved. They want it to actually be a better relationship, like portrayed on screen better, and they bring in an intimacy coordinator to portray that better. It doesn't mean that there could be a sex scene in the Acolyte show. Could there be? Who knows at this point with Disney Star Wars? Who really knows? There could be. It would be devastating. It would be so devastating. Please, no. Please, please, no. There's a time and a place. In Star Wars, there's never a time or a place. It can happen off screen. It can be alluded to, but no, never. Please, no. God, no. No, no. No. No, 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 no. 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 Let's see what you guys think about this. Okay. They robbed my boy 2 whole episodes. 2 brothers, like, that's like an hour. 2, brother, that's like an hour or a little more. And then nothing. Oh, Jeffrey's still talking about Boba. Yes, yes, yes. They robbed you. They robbed you, Jeffrey. Go get them back. Get justice for Boba not being in the first 3 episodes, please. Bumtendo says, do not do the love. Preventing love. Do not do the love. Preventing love. Getting too close. Pfft. Those were the 3 chats that Bumtendo just sent in. Do not do the love. Preventing love. Getting too close. Pfft. Okay. Swagger like us says hanky panky. Okay, yes. Star Wars Politics says birds and the bees. Mr. Sean says sheets sit in the sheets. Yes. I opened myself up to this, honestly. I did this to myself, so I'm gonna read them all. Star Wars Politics says, and the green-headed freak. Bumtendo says Darth Vader force. I'm not reading that one. Fine, I'll read it. Okay. Darth Vader says, Darth Vader force chokes Stormtrooper and the Stormtrooper says, okay. Star Wars Politics says, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Oh, God. A swagger like us says, you mean a Chewbacca love scene with Mrs. Bacca. Think there's a baby Bacca on the way? Think Chewbacca will ever have a kid? Anybody? Anybody? Think Chewbacca will ever have a kid? Post-sequel world. Grogu is like 100. Chewbacca's like 300. And he has a kid. There you go. There's your sequel trilogy. There's your next Star Wars movie. You know what? You know who should direct that? The Miss Marvel director. There you go. You're welcome, Disney. You're welcome. There was a mini Wookiee in the Bad Batch. Very true. That was Gungi. He was a Wookiee Jedi. Star Wars Politics says Baby Bacca. Baby Bacca would be awesome. Stefan says, hope everybody here is doing well and has a great rest of their year and their lives. Also, so pumped. Has been a great year says has been the best year of their lives yet. Also, so pumped for tonight's episode. It's gonna be lit. Stefan, you are completely right. Exactly. And I have been having a great year. Seriously, though, why is this a thing? No, 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 says Honey Badger. Journeyman says, how old is Chewbacca? So Chewbacca is 200 in the Solo movie, right? Or is he 200 in the sequels? When does he say he's 200? I think it's the Solo movie. So he's about like 250, give or take. Too old for you. Yeah, exactly. Journeyman, he's way too old for you. Unless you want to be making a baby Bacca, Journeyman, I don't think you want to get anywhere close to that. He's an old dog. Yeah, that's an old dog. Yeah. Bumtendo, you're right. You're right. We're about to hit 2-hour mark, ladies and gentlemen, in a minute. This is crazy. Too young for DiCaprio. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay. All right, we're going 2 hours. Let's go. Yeah, no, we're going to hit the 2-hour mark and then we're going to get on out of here. We're going to get on out of here. We covered everything. We covered the Acolyte Intimacy Coordinator. We covered Jedi Fallen Order possibly going into the New Beyond. We covered Damon Lindelof saying, yeah, see ya, after he didn't want to be involved with the Miss Marvel directed Star Wars tobacco movie that comes out in 2025. We talked about the hype for The Mandalorian Season 3 and Episode 4 that comes out in a few hours. We talked about the Bad Batch Episode 14 possibly being epic. We talked about some other cool things, and we got a bunch of memes out of it. So somebody please clip all of them and send them to me, because I'd love to see all of them, because there was some funny stuff going on with the sheets and the treats and the treats and the treats. And Blake says I earned these 2 hours. Blake, you are the best. You know that? Get those watch hours. Man, I need those watch hours. Stefan says, you got to stream until the episode comes out. I think you can do it. Dude, if I streamed for the next, when's the episode come out? In 5 hours? If I streamed for the next if I streamed for 7 hours, I think we would lose it. I think we would actually lose it. First of all, my cup would eventually run out of water, so that would be the biggest issue. But I guess I could just sit here in silence for the next 5 hours. I could write a video with you guys. Do you want to do that? We're writing the video about the your guys' favorite, the Jedi Survivor video about the New Beyond. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Sorry. Good cups follow orders. Exactly. I'm gonna bring this cup back. I mean, I always use this cup, but we'll go the dual wield cups. You know, gotta get the dual wield cups. Star Wars overload. No, never. We're having so much fun. Your girl can get you the refill. Sadly, she's not here. I wish though. Good cups follow orders. Yes. Jedi Survivor video. Let's go. Aw. Yeah, no. Good cups follow orders. This is the way. That joke was not the way. What joke? I don't know what you're talking about. Good cups follow orders. Yes, that's the new running tally here. Never forget it. And Jedi in the streets, Sith in the sheets. Somebody write these down. I'll write these down. Let's write them down. Let's write them down. Let's keep going. I mean, we just hit the 2 hour mark, but I'm writing them down. Let's write them down. Okay. I gotta write them down somewhere. I'm gonna remember them. So let's rip out a page. Rip out of the page of the sacred texts. By the way, I got sacred texts. You guys know that? I got multiple notebooks over here. Sacred texts. What about no Jedi Survivor video? I want to see one. No, I'm still working on it. I'm just writing it right now. It'll probably come out, since I'm going to do the breakdown for The Mandalorian tomorrow. Tomorrow, and then it'll probably come out Thursday, honestly. I know. It'll come out Thursday. Okay, yeah, hype, let's go. I'm writing them down. Okay, shoot them at me. Okay, so we have Jedi in the streets. In the streets. Sith in the sheets. That's a good one. What was the other one? Good cups follow orders. Good cups follow orders. Good cups follow orders. My hand's cramping. I didn't drink enough water, guys. My hand is cramping so bad right now. What the hell? Ow. Okay. Guys, this is getting way too out of hand. Okay. She-Hulk twerking. Okay, that's okay to read. She-Hulk twerking was nuts. Apparently, that's what all the fans were looking for the whole show, said the director. Yes. You know what? Maybe the intimacy coordinator for the Acolyte was because somebody's going to be twerking in the Acolyte. What if it's not the Acolytes of the Sith, but the Acolytes of yeah, I'm not even going to say it. No. Bo-Katan is better than She-Hulk twerking. Very true. I want the season finale of Bad Batch to be Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning Omega. Just like a good WWE days. That would be bad. No! God, please, no! Oh, wait, how does he do that? No! God, no! Please, no. I don't know. I put it in my videos all the time. Michael Scott doing that is the best. She-Hulk belongs in the pit where the Tuskens found Boba Fett, the Sarlacc pit. Bad Batch hopes. I hope we see Cody again in the last couple episodes. That would be cool. Swagger, that'd be cool. All right, we got to get on out of here. It's 10:04. We got to get on out of here. 5 hours till the Bad Batch. I mean, yes, I was right. Hey, I was right. The Bad Batch and the Mandalorian. But I'm sure all of you will be watching the Mandalorian first. So, we'll get on out of here. What an amazing stream. We're still at 10 viewers. You guys are the freaking best. Have I said that already? You guys are the freaking best. Live watch party. I'll think about it. I'll have to make a thumbnail and get all dressed up for you guys. I like watching the Mandalorian naked. What? No, I'm kidding. Okay. You guys are crazy. Okay. You guys are the best. The best. The best. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm losing my voice. The water still isn't doing it. The water isn't doing it. Good cups follow orders. Jedi in the streets. Sith in the sheets. Get on out of here. You guys are the best. Smash like if you like this video. Hit subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. In my pretty face, or show up in the recommended feed of yours. And may the force be with you. Always. No, thank you. No, thank you. Always. Wow, what a great stream. I can't wait for this Mandalorian episode. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm getting so excited. 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 I'm getting I can't even click it. I'm getting so excited. 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 All right, I'll get on out of here. You guys are the best, the absolute best. This is the best stream we've ever had on the channel. I'm expecting even greater things on Thursday, so you don't forget to come back on Thursday, and we will see you guys then. Of course, join the Discord. Yeah, all that stuff. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Whew.